Well, there has been a very eye-opening stat emerge to exactly how bad Angel Reese is when shooting the ball, specifically right under the...
Angel Reese has just been brutally exposed by the numbers. According to new statistics, Reese is in last place among all relevant WNBA players in terms of shooting efficiency, ranking a shocking 30th with a pitiful 46.4% true shooting percentage, while rookie rival Caitlin Clark is comfortably in 6th place with an elite 58.3%. Reese's reaction was a complete meltdown. The most fundamental basketball talent has turned into Reese's greatest flaw, and the basketball world is blazing with these debilitating efficiency rankings that could forever harm her career trajectory. Welcome back, Hoops Nation. Today, we're dissecting a situation that has the WNBA community as a whole in complete disarray. The shooting efficiency figures have recently fallen, and they have presented an unmistakable picture, particularly with regard to Angel Reese.
I have for you is going to be how you shoot your layups, period. Like, we're going to fix that. Yeah. That's fixable for you, and I think that's probably the biggest...
Let's get right to the core of this shocking revelation. Actual shooting percentage, it's more than just a statistic. It's the one that distinguishes the best players from the rest in professional basketball. This metric considers field goals, three-pointers, and free throws to provide the fullest picture of a player's scoring efficiency. And the most recent figures have shocked the league.
That's her right there, and then she drives in and she proceeds to miss shot after shot after shot underneath the rim. I mean, it's some damnedest thing anybody has ever seen.
With a true shooting percentage of 58.3% in her first season with the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark is 6th among all WNBA players. Take a time to process it as a beginner. Now, for the stunning Angel, the difference between these two rookies isn't just obvious. It's a huge chasm that speaks volumes about their development trajectories. Ree, who joined the league with comparable fanfare and expectations, is in 30th place with a true shooting percentage of just 46.4%, dead last among relevant players in the league. In professional basketball, shooting efficiency frequently determines whether a player starts or gets benched. It's like comparing a blindfolded throw and a laser-guided missile. One hits its goal regularly, while the other is all over the place.
Some comments about Angel Reese. You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes. Okay. Sometimes we do play the race card too much, or when it's not necessary. Because he's trying to make this about a, come on, black man, protect the sisters. Protect the sisters, brother. This ain't racial. This is about sports. This is about athletic ability. You look at Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry based on her range and shooting the three, plus everything else she does. And then you look at Angel Reese. Stop it. She just seems as uncoordinated as a baby giraffe. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. You know, she averages the league in most rebounds and double-doubles. Have to throw the ball up 85 times. It's trying to make it racial. It's about sports ability, and she's garbage.
Let's examine Clark's position in respect to the league's well-known players for perspective. She is hanging out with Jonquel Jones. As a rookie, Clark is right up there with players like Brittany Gurrier and Wilson, who have spent years honing their art and are multiple All-Stars and league MVPs. It's just amazing. From outside the arc, Clark's shooting profile is extensive and impressive. She is hitting 33.9% of her three-point attempts, ranking 13th in the league. Her mid-range and inside games are equally effective, and she ranks 4th in the two-point field goal percentage at 53.7%. Perhaps most impressively, she is 2nd in free throw shooting with an incredible 90.9% success rate. You're giving your team free points every night when you're automatic from the line. The most amazing thing about Clark's efficiency is that she is accomplishing these numbers while carrying a heavy offensive load. Despite this constant attention, Clark shoots like a seasoned player who has been in the league for years. In the meantime, she creates her own shots against focused defenses that are specifically designed to stop her, but she still maintains elite efficiency numbers across the board. For a moment, consider that every team Clark plays has a specific game plan aimed at limiting her impact. Defenders are told to stay glued to her from the moment she crosses half court. When defenders rush out to block Clark's long-range shots, she doesn't panic because she has a superb mid-range and inside finishing game that punishes overly eager defenders. This is what makes Clark's three-point threat so effective because it has a cascading effect on her entire offensive arsenal. This adaptability enables her to overcome any defensive tactic teams use against her. Against the Mercury, for example, Clark faced double teams for the whole fourth quarter, but still made crucial baskets when forced into a corner, demonstrating her composure under duress. Her 90.9% free throw percentage gives her team a psychological advantage in close fourth quarter circumstances and makes her lethal in clutch moments when games are on the line. The historical background only heightens this feat. Many talented rookies in the WNBA have needed time to get used to the faster pace and more physical nature of the professional game. Most first-year players see a significant decline in their shooting percentages compared to their college numbers as they adjust, but players like Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah, while most rookies thrive in one area, Clark beats Boston, who were thought to be shooting experts when they entered the league, in many efficiency areas. Let's change our focus now. Clark is the best from a variety of locations, including three-point range, mid-range at the rim, and the free throw line. The most perplexing part of Reese's performance is how a 63-year-old physical specimen with an exceptional wingspan struggles so dramatically with the most basic part of basketball, putting the ball in the hoop. The numbers tell a devastating story, even though Reese towers over many defenders. This is in contrast to Angel Ree, because the contrast couldn't be more stark or concerning. Ree has the lowest finishing efficiency and only shoots 40% from point-blank range while staying within 5 feet of the hoop. This is a serious problem that needs to be addressed right away because it could endanger his career. Basketball analysts find it quite perplexing to watch her sprint to the rim only to break under duress. Her game's video shows persistent technical issues. She attempts to score, but she rushes shots around the rim, misuses the backboard, and doesn't create enough space. The fact that Ree lacks other offensive weapons makes the situation even more worrisome because these are basic skills that the majority of players acquire well before they can compete professionally. Her ability to convert close-range opportunities determines her whole offensive value. A competent coach will look at this and say, "You're 63, you're too damn inefficient, I can't have you on the court," as one observer put it frankly. This is when coaches start making difficult decisions about playing time, when your lone reliable scoring option stops being reliable. Efficiency dictates your role in professional basketball, and when a player's shooting becomes a liability, teams can't afford to keep them on the court during pivotal moments. What's especially concerning about this situation is that, based on a sizable sample size, we're observing a pattern rather than a brief period of adjustment. Ree consistently struggles with the same shooting mechanics, which suggests underlying technical concerns. Concerns regarding Ree's development focus are further raised by the paucity of films demonstrating her practicing layup skills explicitly. This shortcoming is particularly noticeable when compared to top post players. Brittany Gurrier and Wilson both convert comparable shots at above 60%. It emphasizes how peculiar Reese's difficulties are for someone who uses her physical instruments. System differences or defensive attention cannot account for this performance discrepancy. It's a basic competence problem. In addition to being below average, Reese's effective field goal percentage is even worse at 39.5%. To put this in perspective, effective field goal percentage accounts for the fact that 3-point field goals are worth more than 2-point field goals, which should help players who don't take many threes. From the free throw line, which is frequently a dependable scoring option for bigs, Ree's numbers are abysmal. Considering that the majority of Reese's shots are from around the basket, she finished 27th in the league. Given her height advantage and wingspan, she ought to be converting at a significantly higher rate on these high percentage shots. So these figures are difficult to defend. The distance between participants, such as Aja Wilson, Gurrier, Brittany, and Angel, when these efficiency rankings were released, the storyline surrounding Caitlin Clark and Ree changed all at once. Clark's shooting has made her a rising star with genuine all-star potential, while Ree faces the biggest challenge of her young career despite having similar physical tools to Wilson and Gurrier. Ree isn't just statistical. She's changing reputations throughout the WNBA. Due to these efficiency stats, fans, coaches, and analysts are now re-evaluating both rookies in real time, although only months ago there were no such discussions. Ree's poor performance raises serious concerns about her growth trajectory. What are we actually learning from all of this? The shooting statistics tell a story that cannot be ignored. The discussion used to be about different playing styles and personalities, but that plot line has since disappeared. Clark is now acknowledged as an elite offensive weapon who elevates her entire team, while Ree is confronted with serious questions regarding basic aspects of her game. Where she should be dominant for a post player's shooting efficiency, Ree is having trouble. Is essential for the role at a time when bigs like Wilson and Gurrier are converting at exponentially high rates in comparison to Reese's figures. Putting the ball in the basket consistently is the fundamental ability that determines playing time at the professional level, and WNBA coaches base their difficult decisions on production rather than potential. Will Ree be able to overcome this crisis of efficiency, or is her starting position already in doubt? What's interesting about this situation is that it challenges the pre-draft narratives about both players. That's the question that's currently being asked in WNBA circles, and experts agree that Ree should prioritize learning her fundamentals before anything else. The good news is that shooting is a skill that can be improved with dedicated work. The bad news is that these issues often stem from years of ingrained habits that can be difficult to break, especially under the bright lights and pressure of professional basketball. Although Clark was well known for her ability to shoot and create plays, there were concerns about how her skills would hold up against the WNBA's increased roughness. Ree's physical presence and skill in rebounding were supposed to make the transition more smooth, but unfortunately we're witnessing the reverse situation. While Ree's physical advantages haven't produced the effective output that many had anticipated, Playout Clark's skill-based game has transitioned brilliantly to the professional level. This reminds us that at the greatest levels of competition, basketball skills like shooting, handling the ball, and footwork frequently outweigh physical prowess. The disparity in shooting effectiveness between Clark and Ree further demonstrates how their rookie seasons are developing differently. Despite her double-double output, Ree struggles with even the most basic scoring opportunities. Clark has already established herself as one of the league's top offensive threats, able to score effectively from anywhere on the court. This discrepancy in efficiency didn't occur overnight. Clark's shooting mechanics have been honed over years of focused practice, emphasizing technique over outcomes. The form is reliable, repeatable, and resilient to pressure. For someone with her athletic advantages, Ree's approach around the basket frequently seems hurried and robotic, which results in squandered opportunities. Ironically, Ree's physicality and rebounding 6 months into their professional careers were cited as reasons why her game was more pro-ready when she joined the WNBA. Ree has found that Clark's skill-based strategy is more suited to the WNBA style of play. This efficiency crisis marks a turning point in her growth. Her career path in the league will probably depend on how she reacts. Will she commit to learning the basics of finishing around the rim, or will she keep using her defense and rebounding to justify her minutes? The way forward is straightforward, but it calls for perseverance and humility. Ree needs to work with shooting coaches to improve her mechanics and break down her shooting form around the hoop. She should watch videos of effective post players like Wilson and Gurrier, observing how they use the backboard and create space. More importantly, she should realize that this is a real problem that needs to be addressed right away in professional sports, because neglecting basic flaws doesn't make them go away. Provides opponents with a clear blueprint for how to stop you. Clark's efficiency metrics confirm what many have already noticed. She is an extremely effective offensive weapon who routinely makes the perfect basketball move. Her effect is much bigger than her individual stats because of the gravity created by her shooting efficiency on numerous levels, which presents opportunities for her colleagues. Consider the divergent paths taken by these two well-known rookies. Highlight a timeless fact about basketball. Shooting efficiency is what ultimately determines your value at the professional level. You can pass, defend, and rebound at a high level, but your ceiling is limited if you can't put the ball in the basket efficiently. This isn't to say that can't overcome these obstacles, though. Basketball players throughout history have improved their skills via hard work, but admitting the issue is the first step, and these efficiency figures make it tough to overlook. What's so troubling for is that when a player struggles, hesitation seeps in and causes even more missed opportunities, making shooting woes more mental than mechanical. For Chicago to escape this pattern, mental toughness as well as physical repetition are needed. Although Reese's rebounding has translated effectively to the professional level, these figures should cause reasonable concerns about her development trajectory among Sky supporters. Coaches simply cannot afford to have players on the floor who are unable to convert high-percentage opportunities, and her scoring and efficiency limit how much the team can rely on her in pivotal moments during close games. Clark is frequently the main initiator and finisher for Indiana, producing shots for herself and others. Despite this heavy usage position, she maintains elite efficiency, which further illustrates the disparity in efficiency between these rookies and the offensive roles they play for their teams. Given the nature of her opportunities, who largely serves as a finisher of plays created by others, should potentially be more efficient. What both players will do next as teams continue to modify their defensive tactics against her, Clark's task will be to sustain this effectiveness. For it will be about radically changing how she finishes around the basket and refining her touch and technique to complement her physical tools. Highlight plays and social media presence may create buzz, but in the heat of professional competition, your ability to consistently and effectively put the ball in the basket ultimately determines your value. This is highlighted by the shooting efficiency difference between Clark and The numbers have spoken, and Angel, it is no longer possible to overlook Reese's shooting crisis. His lifetime shooting percentage of 33 is comparable to a 63 in post. Dangerous territory, while Caitlin Clark quietly rises to the top with an efficiency rating of 58.3%. Will correct these basic issues, or will this shooting tragedy define her profession for the rest of her life? Leave a comment below with your thoughts. Can she recover, or is this who she truly is? This shooting controversy is only getting hotter, so press the notification bell and hit the subscribe button for more unedited WNBA analysis.